Welcome back, scientists. Welcome back, engineers. All right, so we've built our catapults now. You have a design and you've built it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the most important part of the engineering design process. This is the moment where you look at what you built, you look at your design, you look at the materials you used, and you see how you can improve that design. What would you do next time to make your design even better? So to think about this, let's take a second and look at some of the original designs of flying machines. So we can see a lot of the original flying machines didn't work at all, right, boys and girls? And don't worry, nobody got hurt in any of those flying machines. So what engineers did is those original designs, those original flying machines inspired engineers to continue to learn. And they learned from every design that they created. All the engineers over time have been learning from each other, and now check out the amazing modern flying machines that they've been able to design. Aren't those some incredible flying machines, scientists? So, what I want us to do is I want you to think about your catapults.
Whee!
And as you're thinking about your catapult, I want you to think about what really worked. What do you like about the design of your catapult? When you were testing your catapult and things were flying in the air, what really worked about it, and what would you like to make better? Would you like to make something fly farther? Or would you like something to fly higher in the air? How would you redesign your catapult? Now, let me show you what I was thinking about my design and how I was thinking I might redesign some certain things by looking at what failed, what didn't work with my design. Are you ready? Hey engineers, so here we are back at my table with my materials. We have my glue, I have my sticks again. All right, I have the catapult that I designed and what I'm going to show you today, and I learned a lot from designing this catapult. And I have the tape that I was using. These are some of the materials that I thought to use. So my first big mistake, the thing that I realized was going to take me forever, was thinking that I was going to use glue. And I realized once I put glue on something, I couldn't change it, and I really wanted to change some stuff. So I realized when I put glue here, let me open my glue here, and I put a little dab of glue, and I put another little dab of glue.
2,000 years later.
It took forever. So what I realized was I was going to start using rubber bands instead of glue to put some of my pieces together. All right? And then the next step was figuring out my base. So here is my base. Now my first base was really weak. It was only 2 popsicle sticks, and I realized it wasn't going to be strong enough. These popsicle sticks break really easy, right? So then I started putting more and more together. And you can see I learned by putting about 6 of these sticks together. And now my base is really strong, and you can see I used a lot of different rubber bands for it. Then I started thinking about my arm. Now, here is what happened to my first arm. So, after I noticed that I needed a stronger arm, I tried 2. I realized that still wasn't strong enough. Look, they still bend and they're still not strong enough. So now I have 4 rubber band all together. And then the next problem I had, the next thing I was thinking about is, how was I going to build this arm? What was I going to do for this arm? Was I just going to have it resting here? And okay, that didn't work. So I started thinking, what can I do with the arm? And I started thinking, how can I really make this fly into the air like a catapult?
Woo!
So what I ended up doing was I put some rubber bands on the end here. So this is all my redesign stuff, okay? I built my first one, but I had these little rubber bands on the end. And now I can stick those rubber bands in there. And I get my arm in there now, and I have a pretty strong catapult. And I'll show you how it works in a minute. All right, engineers, are you ready? I'm so excited to test out my redesign, okay? So remember, this was my redesign. It took me a really long time to get to this design in this catapult that I've created. So I went out and found a volcanic rock, not too heavy, all right? And let's test out my design. I can hold it down to the table like this. I put my rock on the arm and, it went a little bit far, right? So let's try it again. Here we go, take 2. Is everybody ready? Did you see? My rock went pretty far, but I can still make this catapult even stronger, even better. And that's the beautiful part of the engineering design process, okay? So I want you to take some time. Think about the catapult you built. Think about how you could make a better catapult, a more incredible catapult. And I want you to either draw some models to think about and brainstorm ways that you would build a better catapult, or build another one, boys and girls. Go ahead, build another better, stronger catapult. Always thinking about what you learned from your failures and your mistakes when you designed the first one. That's the most important part of being an engineer. All right, so enjoy drawing your models and enjoy redesigning that catapult.